Ruck Rovers, our next nominations for Sevens Hall of Fame, coming up next. And they are, first of all, from North Melbourne, Malcolm BLIGHT, from Hawthorn, Michael Tuck, and from Melbourne and Carlton, Ron Barassi.
Of the numerous recruits lured from South Australia, few have adapted to the pace and pressure of league football quite like North Melbourne's coach Malcolm BLIGHT. BLIGHT was a seasoned veteran when he crossed from Woodville in 1974. He'd played 104 games and had won his state's Magarey medal in 1972. His freak marking prowess and his ability to snap goals from all angles made him outstanding in a team chock full of champions at North. Brownlow medalist in 1977 and a member of 2 premiership sides, BLIGHT has played 145 games for North and proved himself to be one of the most versatile players in the league. Michael Tuck was one of many youngsters recruited from Hawthorn's Gippsland zone who quickly proved to have great football talents. Since his first senior game in 1972, Tuck has developed into one of the finest Ruck Rovers in the VFL, amassing large numbers of kicks every week. His ability to swoop on the ball and quickly put it to boot has made him highly effective and very difficult to counter. A state representative 6 times, Tuck has played 179 games with the Hawks. Over the last 25 years, no man has contributed more to the changing facade of football than Ronald Dale Barassi. From humble beginnings with Melbourne in 1953, Barassi rose to become one of the game's most feared competitors. The ruck roving role created for him by Melbourne coach Norm Smith enabled Barassi to shine in a golden era for the club, which saw the Demons win 6 premierships. Barassi played 203 games with Melbourne and created a storm when he left for Carlton in 1965 to become playing coach. When he retired in 1969, he'd played 253 games, represented Victoria 25 times, had been named All-Australian captain, and left a reputation of courage and determination that has rarely been equalled.
Well, 3 great names there for our position of Ruck Rover to join Graham Farmer and Bob Skilton in the following division. Ron Casey, who have we?
Selected for the Ruck Roving position in our Television Hall of Fame football team, Ron Barassi.
Ron, firstly, let's talk about the ruck roving position. Going back, Norm Smith created that position for you. How did that come about?
Well, it came about because I was a half-forward flanker playing in the reserves at Melbourne and having been dumped from the first. So I can talk of players who have been dumped in my coaching career, which gives me good experience in that area. And I was picked on the back line against Richmond Seconds. And I had a sore knee at the time. I could have played, in fact, you know, I certainly would have played if it had been a grand final. And I was taught that, you know, if you're a forward and you pick in the back line, the next step is over the fence. So I said my knee's too sore. I sort of went, you know, halfway. I was a bit weak, and I stayed to, I missed that match, and the next week they put me into the ruck purely as a means of perhaps running me into form. And from that point on, I seemed to gather quite a few kicks, and it succeeded to the stage where about perhaps 6 weeks later, playing reasonably well as ruck rover in the reserves, I was selected against Footscray as a ruck rover with Dennis Cordner. We ran out together, and I said to Dennis Cordner, who, you know, was one of my idols. He was a lot taller than me. I had to look up to him, but I did anyway. And I said, "What do you want me to do today?" He said, "Ron, all I want you to do is keep out of my bloody road." I tried to do that, but I managed to get a few kicks, and away it sort of happened.
What influence, Ron, did Norm Smith have on you, not only as a player, but also as a person?
Well, tremendous. I was without a father for, well, I really can't remember Dad. And Norm came into the picture when I was just about to turn 17, and I was, you know, a fairly strong-willed, headstrong young kid. And because of his character, his strength of character and his manliness and wiseness, he was very, very good for me, both as a person and as a footballer, naturally. So he's been the greatest influence by far in my football career.
Ron Barassi, Ruck Rover, on Sevens Hall of Fame. Thanks, Ron.
And so the team is all but complete.